Okay, it says we're live now.
Are we live? Hi,
It
guys.
says we are. Let me see.
Hi, everyone. If you're watching this on replay, make sure you hit the like button and subscribe if you like our content. And any suggestions, leave a comment below.
Lord, dogs.
And this is Tara, and I'm Cheryl. And we're going to be your host tonight, I guess. If I don't run off.
Technical difficulties here. There we go. So.
I'm trying to get, okay, I'm not having much luck here at all with this
Guys,
thing.
Quit.
I'm trying to, how do I,
Go.
I don't know. I give up.
What are you trying to do?
I'm trying to put all the, oh, here it is. There. All the mount. No, not that. I'm erasing everything now. No. Okay, forget it. I can't do that right now.
All right. Where'd you go? You left me. Come back, Cheryl. I'm all alone. Sorry if you guys hear my dogs in the background. They're losing their crap tonight. It's puppy playtime, apparently. My husband just got onto him. We'll wait a few minutes for Cheryl. Let's see. Oops, what did I do? Still working on getting the hang of this, guys. I'm not a StreamYard expert by any means.
Okay, cool. So, I mean, do you want to start, or you want me to start, or you want to just wait to see if someone comes in?
I don't care.
I told everybody. I don't know who everybody is.
I have no idea who has lives going on tonight. There's no telling.
Oh, there's not much telling. But, I mean, like...
crap. I gotta pause it. There. Echo City.
I mean, they know that I was doing Harry, too, for Allison.
Yeah, I didn't have time to look up anything on that one, so you'll be on your
own. I do. Well, I've got it all wrote down. I've got it all.
Okay, good, because, yeah, I was in town.
Is there any way that you can put those, can you put those pictures up, though, for us? I mean, like, when I start to do it?
Let me try here. I know I can share screen. I'll just have to go, like, one at a time. I'll put her missing poster up first. Okay, yeah, this case is twisted. The more I got into it, I was like, what in the world?
Like it? Did you like it?
I do. It's crazy. I'm definitely going to have to follow it. It's, yeah. I was like, oh my gosh, it gets deeper and deeper the more you read.
And there's a couple of things in there that I noticed that are way, it's really bizarre. Okay. So you want to start on it, or you want me to? I don't care.
Yeah,
it's up to you.
I can start. We'll go over her missing poster first. So
yes.
I have that she's a white female. She's 39. She's a single mom. She's 5'3", 120 pounds, blonde hair, green eyes, and she was last seen on October 7th at her son's football game. She left at halftime. Oh, stop. She left at halftime, and her ex-husband that was there said that she seemed edgy and antsy, but he wasn't sure, the reason. All right, hold on. I got to kick my dang dogs out again.
Okay. Was it the 7th or 17th? Not sure. I was thinking it was 17th, but...
Yeah, it was the 17th. Not. Sorry.
17th. Okay, yeah, 17th. Because then I'll be thrown off then. Okay. Yeah, go ahead. Sorry.
Oh, gosh. Okay. Got one dog threw out, one on the bed. um, she was dating. I may butcher his name. I may not. Naam Salam. Does that sound good to you?
That sounds
Salam.
fine. Yes.
He's 43 and he's the vice president to Mark Zuckerberg, the Facebook owner's charity, which I didn't even know he had a charity.
Yes, he has. I think he has several.
Let me throw my puppy out.
Yeah, that's the connection there with the Facebook. See, it's connected there with the Facebook because of her boyfriend, and
Yeah.
it keeps getting deeper. So keep going.
Okay. Her ex reported her missing 3 days later after the football game when she failed to pick up their 10-year-old son from school. And they both shared just 50-50 custody. There wasn't like any arguing that I knew of over the case. They seemed to get along pretty well.
Her
He
ex-husband.
did. Yeah, her and her ex-husband seemed to get along okay.
Well, they had a kind of like they battled it out for custody of their son.
Yeah, and then they ended up with 50-50.
Right. Right. And he
So, I
filed for
mean,
custody the day she went missing.
yeah, I have a clip of that,
Yeah,
a
right after.
video. I'll have to
Okay, go
find it
ahead.
on
Okay, cool.
YouTube. But yeah, it
Oh,
seemed in the
good.
beginning that there weren't any issues, but
Well, I mean,
apparently there was something
there
going
is
on.
underlined issues, is what I think. I
Yeah, I
mean,
didn't, when I was reading articles, I didn't see anything about her and him having any issues, but then the more I kind of dug and researched, I seen that
mhm.
yeah, they had some issues.
And I stepped back and started looking at it, and then I was like, okay, well, he wants to really pin it on the company, right?
Yeah, he does.
And I mean, because of all that scandal and all that stuff's going on. Well, I think that's a red flag. That's one red flag to me. The custody thing is another red flag that he went and filed for sole custody after she went missing that day. And then the dog was left wondering, which the dog belongs to his son, not her really. It's the son's dog.
Mm.
Okay. And then there was one more. What was it? Oh, the company wanted her laptop and her phone. They didn't care about her being missing. They just wanted
Yeah,
that
I read that.
laptop and that phone. But the ex-husband got their hands on it and he turned it into the police. Well, if that company had anything to do with their disappearance, uh, she was in possession of the phone and the laptop when she left the house. So she came
Hmm.
back to the house. Wouldn't they have
At some
taken those
point.
two items?
That's what I thought, because I seen, where was it at? Um, yeah, she was caught on security footage leaving her home with her dog on October 17th, which was the day she went missing. Um, I
Mm-hmm.
did see where I think on the 20th the police did a welfare check on her at her home,
Right.
and they said that her vehicle was missing, but her computer and laptop were there.
Right.
So
See, a friend of hers went over there with the husband or something, didn't they? And the friend got in the house,
yeah,
and they said the laptop and her personal phone was there, but her work phone is missing.
yeah.
And
Let's see.
oh my gosh, it's
Yeah,
just
so the company, Heidi was a financial controller at Camden Capital Partners. I looked them up and they are a huge company, like big time
mm-hmm,
company. But where'd it go? Yeah, Jason Sugarman. He's
uh-huh,
the one that is her boss. And
Right. And he's under
he's
investigation.
partners. Yeah, he was actually charged by the SEC in 2019 for planning to steal $43 million from a Native American tribe's pension fund. His investigation part of it is still pending for his charges, but his business partner was sentenced to, I think they said 189 months, and rounded that out to about 16 years. So I guess the charges on him are still pending for some reason.
Wow. Yeah. I think that I think they're still gathering information on him, is what
Hmm.
I think.
And Heidi's worked there for I think it said 5 years she'd worked there. So she knew, everything that was
She
going on
knew
because,
all his secrets. She was his personal assistant first, so yes, she knows his secrets. She sure does.
yeah. And
And for them to hire her without any background, I mean, without any, for her to get that job as a bookkeeper and then a financial controller without any college, without any
yeah, I think it had to do with maybe her boyfriend's influence since he was the vice president for, Facebook's charity company. I thought that maybe he might have had some pull in that. I'm not sure. But also, where was it? I lost it. Lost my train. The FBI actually raided her home on the 29th, and they were seen leaving the house with various files, was all the
not
information I
sure.
could find. So
Um,
I'm not sure what they took from the home, but I'm assuming it was work related.
Now what?
On the 29th, it said that the FBI agents raided her home and they left with various files. And files was in quotation marks. So I'm not sure if they were work related files
I didn't even
or,
see that. Yeah.
yeah, it happened on October 29th. They raided her home. And I think they had, I think like, what do you call them? Forensic people with her. Cause I think they actually thought that they were going to find a crime scene. They were going to
hmm
find her in the home, but of course they didn't. So,
Well, and another red flag. I forgot. Another red flag is her ex husband um, got her phone, her personal phone, and
hmm
held on to it. He turned the
I,
laptop up. He turned the laptop over to the police, but he held on to her phone, and it took him 5 days to even open it and look in it. And that's
yeah.
when he
And his reasoning was taking the phone was so that he would be able to track the dog because how they found the dog that it was either the 28th or the 29th floor of a high rise in LA. It was called the Hope and Flower building.
uh-huh.
And Heidi had no known connections to the building. She didn't know anybody that lived in the building. And the
Well,
building has extensive like security, so it's not one of those places that you can just waltz into.
she is a has some connection to real estate, didn't she?
Hmm.
And they
I think
hi
so.
Alex. There's Alex.
Alex is
So we're not
here.
by ourselves. She had one of her friends had picked her up at that building before, and
Oh, I didn't see that.
yeah, and there is layers and layers of security. You can't even get onto the floor unless you have a special code to get in on each individual floor. And like if you have a package delivered or food or anything, you have to go downstairs to get it.
Yeah.
So the dog was found on the 28th floor wandering around.
The way that the dog was found was the husband, I guess the dog had one of those GPS tracking microchips in it.
Well, it was its
And
collar, had her number on the collar. I mean, on the
yeah,
tag.
and that's how they found the dog, I guess.
When he opened the phone, they had left the message, "We have your dog." I
Yeah, that's not creepy sounding at all. We have your dog.
know, "We have your dog." Well, you know.
But
So
yeah,
Alex,
apparently those people just found it wandering the hallway and had no clue who the dog was or where it came from.
Mm-hmm. And see, I already see, Alex. I told all my red flags that they think that it's this company because of the $43 million little scheme that they had going. Their partner, his partner, Sugarman, her boss, his partner's in prison for this scheme, and his is still pending. And she was a bookkeeper and a what is it? I can't remember what it.
Personal,
Uh,
or financial controller.
yeah, she was a financial controller for this company, and she knew everything about them. And
Alex wants a recap.
okay, it's
Okay,
just us
let's see.
going on. Alex,
Ooh,
this case is so. Oh my god, it's amazing. I started.
there's a lot
I
of
just keep on.
twists in it.
Yes, I keep on seeing little bitty things that people aren't picking up on. Um, Chasing, she picked up on a lot of things on it. Just a real quick version. Okay, she come up missing. They have security footage of her leaving her home to go to her son's football game. She got to the football game and she was all restless and acting strange, and moving around on the bleachers. She couldn't be still. She left at halftime. Um, she didn't call her son that night. She didn't call her son the next night. And then she was supposed to pick him up from school on Monday, and she did not show up. That's when they knew something seriously was wrong. So they found her dog wandering on the 28th floor of a high-rise apartment building. And the people that found it left a message, and the ex-husband opened the phone, and he, so that's how they knew where the dog had been left. And so that high-rise is like her last known location because of the dog. And no, and it was not normal for her to leave halftime either for the game.
Yeah, I thought that was
She
strange
usually
because her
stayed for
husband
the
said,
game. Yeah, they said that he said the ex-husband did that she was a really good mom. And they had 50-50 joint custody. And so, but the day that she come up missing, I'll tell you my red flags. The ex-husband says that it has something to do with her boss. I mean, in her boss in this company, this big company, because she knew all their secrets. And the home she lived in was tied to some HLNs, like 3 or 4 different businesses, saying that was where the businesses were located at her address. She made a little over $100,000 a year and $1,000 something a month bonus. Well, she lives in a house that's over $1 million, but it's for lease, and I guess the company that her boss owns the home. It's a brand new home too. So her name is all over the books everywhere. And yeah, so that's pretty much it. The red flags to me is her husband, her ex-husband. He's the one that I'm suspicious of because he keeps blaming it. He says that it has something to do with this company, and he said that that some agent called his house wanting to know if he knew anything about her boss and what was going on. That's a red flag because agents aren't going to call and ask an ex-husband that kind of thing. Just not if they're investigating someone that serious. Number 2, where the dog was left, wandering and alive and safe, and it was not really her dog, it was the child's dog. The ex-husband, went and filed for sole custody that day that she come up missing. And they had 50-50 shared custody, which they had been battling it out. They said that a lot of people thought that it was because so that he could make decisions. Well, if you have 50-50 custody, you can make just as much decisions as she can.
Yeah.
So, and there is Lala. Hello, Lala. So,
Yep, that day he
and
filed.
then he got her phone. He kept her personal phone and he turned the laptop over to the police. He didn't check inside that phone, her phone, until for a week. I mean, why wouldn't he open it up and try to find out what's in it for a
Yeah, you
week?
think that'd be kind of important.
And then if it was the company, they kept calling wanting he said they weren't concerned about her being missing, that they just wanted her phone and her laptop. Well, if it had something to do with the company, wouldn't they have taken the laptop instead of leaving it there? That makes
You'd
no
think.
sense. And so it's just everything, I don't know, combined. The husband kind of seems a little bit shady to me. That's where I'm putting my hat on, is the husband. I mean, the ex-husband. They've been divorced for 9 years. So, okay, go ahead, Tara, and pick up
My
then.
internet's kind of weak, so hopefully, I'm not sure what's going on with my
Okay.
Wi-Fi.
Okay.
So hopefully it'll be all right.
Her son's
It like
11th
keeps going in and
birthday
out.
was 2 days ago. That's what is
Yeah,
really
I
awful.
think actually tomorrow they're having a prayer vigil for her at her apartment complex.
Yes, they are.
I think that's what I've seen tomorrow. But I don't know. I'm still iffy about the Jason Sugarman guy
Thank you, Lala,
because
for coming.
I don't know. I just feel like he may have his hands in it too somehow
Well,
because
I know, but
he's
it's
not.
just so obvious, though. I mean, it just, everything points his
Yeah.
finger to him, and that's what's so strange. It seems like that he would have pointed in some other direction. you
Yeah,
know
to
what?
me, I don't think it's the boyfriend at all. I don't think because everybody just
No.
assumes, oh, he's got connections to Facebook. It's got to have, some conspiracy theory. And to me, no, the boyfriend, he doesn't have anything to do with it, in my opinion.
Her, oh, and I left that out. Her boyfriend is what, head of one of the charities for
Yeah, he's the vice president of Facebook owner Mark, I'm not Zuckerberger,
Zuckerberger.
his charity organization.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
And I ain't even
but
gonna try to
they
say
got
his
in an
name again.
argument. They got in an argument. I don't know why. The ex-husband's the one that said this, but he said they got in an argument, and I don't know from there. But they
Yeah,
argued.
and it's
But
it's
he
hard to
lives.
know if they did or not.
But they live kind of long distance from each other too. So
Yeah.
and
Yeah, I mean, everybody,
right,
every couple has arguments, so I don't unless I knew what the argument was about, I don't really find that valid necessarily. Because I scrap with my husband all the time, and
right,
if I disappeared the next day, my family wouldn't think it was him.
right. And one thing that they did say, that Sugarman, her boss, came that morning and rang the doorbell, or during the, I don't know, while she was gone to the game or something, and left muffins on her
I was
porch.
wondering what that was about.
Yeah, they have some footage. Did you pick up that footage? They have footage of her leaving her home because she had a security camera.
Um, Let me look what I got.
Um, but I know that I want to, gosh, I don't know. I just want to know what, when they, if they the apartment complex where they found her dog, um, they are making the police go through all the red tape to even get to look in the parking garage. So I don't know if they found her vehicle or not yet. I'm sure they've already been there to see. Um, but her vehicle's missing, and her work phone is missing, and that seems to be it that's missing. So I mean, it's horrible.
Um,
Because I mean, she didn't really have any formal education. I mean, it seems like she was making the best out of it though, but I think she got in over her head. What I'm hoping is she's hiding out. She got scared about something, because of the company, because she said that they had taxes that were due. The company did. Why would you
Yeah.
want her gone? If he already had. Right.
He wanted
Well,
full custody.
he wanted full custody. I believe he wanted full custody because they settled for 50-50 because they could. I mean, it was back and forth, and the judge finally had to decide to give them 50-50. So he's a hairdresser. Her husband, ex-husband, is to the stars, and he's very successful. But it was a custody battle thing. I think they co-parented, but
Hmm.
behind the scenes, they were really battling it out for custody of their son.
Oh,
I
and
don't know. I mean, I could
I
be
got an
totally
echo.
wrong.
Do you have a
No,
face
I
or
don't.
a YouTube on,
The
babe?
last that huh? An
Oh, I
echo
had an echo for a minute, but I don't hear it
um,
now.
on her car. They want to. At the last I heard, that they were going to get a warrant to check the garage, that apartment complex, that high rise, to see if her car was in the garage there. And that's the
They
last
did
I
get the
heard.
warrant. Hold on. I'll see if I can find the video. They did get a
Okay.
warrant for it, and I think they did obtain the footage, but they're not releasing anything about it. And a lot of
Yeah.
people are acting like it was this huge deal that they wouldn't hand over the surveillance footage. But you have to think too, this is a pretty ritzy, high security
Mhm.
building. So in a way, I see how they wouldn't want to, I don't know, violate the privacy of their tenants. But at the same time, there's an open investigation for a missing person. So in a way, I kind of see why they would make them get a warrant for it. So
Well,
that's
and
just my take on
they did
that.
talk to some tenants that live there, and that tenant said that the people are not going to renew their leases. He doesn't know anyone that is, because of the nuisance they are, because it's such high security. And he
Yeah.
said it's turned into a nuisance. So he said that he wasn't renewing his, but I mean, the dog was found on the 28th floor, and I mean, you have to have a pass to go up there. So I'm sure the warrants is going to tell something, but if they even release that information yet, you know.
Yeah. Hold
So,
on.
but
Stop. My
she
phone.
had no, she was his personal assistant, and then he moved
Hi,
her
Truth or
up to
Dare.
bookkeeping, and then he moved her
It's Irish.
to financial, you know, controller, and that's a big jump. And she was making less than what usually financial controllers make. I mean, 100,000 is good money, and a thousand
Hmm.
something bonus a month is good money. But compared to who she was working for in the company, she should have been making more than that, especially when her name is all over everything. And then those dummy businesses, I think, that was coming out of her address. I think that she just, I don't know. If it was the company, then I think that she knew too much and they got rid of her because they're still
Yeah.
investigating him. It's still pending. His is. And the
I
other
think
guy
he
got,
actually had a court date the day he had to make a court appearance for that the day after she disappeared.
oh, wow. The day
I'm not
after?
100% sure, but I'll have to go look against. I can't
Yeah.
remember where I read it, but yeah, I think he had a court appearance for that hearing.
And see, she told her family that her name was all over everything, and she really was, yeah, it's in LA.
Yeah, they're in LA.
Yes, LA. Sorry. Yes, it's LA.
I dug into Jason a little bit and I found out that he's the son-in-law to a Hollywood mogul, Peter Gubber. I've heard
Huh?
his name around before. He's the co-owner of the Dodgers, the Golden State
Yes.
Warriors, the LA Football Club, and the founder of Mandalay Entertainment.
Hmm.
So he's got money no matter how you look at it, whether it's through him or through his
Right.
family.
That's what I don't understand what they thought they were doing. Okay. Um, they ran a scam, a $43 million scam, and got caught against
Hmm.
this tribe, and it was people's retirement funds that they stole this money from, and they got caught. And
I think a good question would be to ask is she worked there during that time. So obviously she went through all the stuff with him on that. I wonder if she knew anything
right,
about it.
right. That see, she could have. That's what I said. Hopefully, maybe she's hiding out. She just got scared that
Yeah.
it was fixing to all come to a head. So, hey, truth or dare? Hey, communities girl. Oh,
But yeah,
what?
it's something.
What
I
is
don't know. It's like,
truth or dare
let
for?
me see.
What is
Um,
that for, Lala?
oh, truth or dare is somebody that that's somebody's name. If you go up in the
Oh,
comments, they said, "Hey,
oh, I see
wait,
it. Okay, I see it.
there they are."
Hello. Okay, gotcha. Um,
Yeah, it was their pensions, Alex. And it was a Native
I'm so glad to
Americans
see that
tribe.
Lala tore herself away from the drama going on around. I'm so glad. I was
Yeah,
disappointed
Lala
the other
needs to
night.
run
I was like,
away.
"Where's she at?" Huh?
She is
Go ahead.
not.
Okay,
Oh,
so where
truth or
is
dare
that
is
on?
Lala's mod.
You're right. Oh yeah, he got 189 months. That's what he got.
Yeah, and that ranges out to I guess, or I did it like on the calculator, and it came out to like 17 or 15.75 years. So I just rounded up to 16.
That's a lot of years.
I'll tell your mom hi, Art.
Who is a mod? Lala.
Truth or dare is Lala's mod.
Oh, she is.
Mm. If she ever
She.
starts her channel, she said. You'll do it, Lala. We got faith in you.
Mom is driving. She said to tell everyone hello.
Hello,
If she
hello.
ever starts her channel, you haven't started it yet, Lala.
She scheduled a live, she said, but then she got scared and canceled it.
You chicken out. Hey
I
man,
know.
I get this is bad. Right before we go on, my nerves, I get to shaking and my nerves get so bad. And then once I get on, I'm okay. But it's that lead up to it is what kills me. Tara, she takes that away. So I didn't have that today
It's
at
so
all.
much easier when you have somebody on panel with you too. It's
Yeah,
different when you're all alone.
that's the secret. That's the secret. You take
Yeah,
somebody
because I
else.
was sweating. It was like 5 minutes till, and Cheryl's like still not backstage, and I'm like, "Where is she at? Where is she at?"
I was trying to change my picture because I didn't. I mean, I look and feel awful. I didn't want to be on there, and I didn't want my old picture up there. But I do not know how to change my picture. I am illiterate. Okay, and then we're doing, and later in a little bit, we're going to do a story for Allison, but I have no clue where she is.
Well, she said last time she was in here, she tried to comment,
Well,
and that it wouldn't let her for some
she
reason.
could this last time. Well, I tried calling her and I left her a message. So, but she can watch it on replay, I guess. Because yes, we are doing, um, you know, Harry, that case that she just loves. Hi, Mr. Foz.
Hey, guys.
I've got to email you because I've got something that I want to talk to you about. Something you
But
might be
yeah, I'll
interested in.
play. I think I can play this. I'll play this video, and then we can move
Okay.
on to.
Thank you for
Never
coming
gonna get
over
this
here.
screen.
We appreciate
This
it.
this screen sharing kills me. I'm gonna get it one day.
I'm scared to even try it. I would probably have us standing on our heads.
All right, I've never played a video, but I'm gonna give it a go.
Okay.
Is it showing up?
Yes,
Okay,
that's her
let me push
friends. Yes.
play. Okay.
On this right here, the bad thing about it is the police would not even put posters out or anything, and her friends knew something was wrong, so they made them up themselves and went and started handing them out.
Yeah.
So,
all right, here we go.
hello, Strike Blitz. Welcome. She's fixing to play a video. Okay, you don't have the volume. I don't hear the volume.
Oh man.
You just have to share the audio too.
click the little box that says share audio.
Right. See, I can tell people how to do things
Wait, I
because
don't see that. It
it's
says
been
edit
told to
name
me
and
so
stop
many
screen.
times. What?
It says edit name and stop screen.
Okay. Alex, where is the share the audio? Did you click share audio?
I don't know. um, let me take it off and try to
Okay.
re-add it.
Do it again.
Okay. Stop
Share
screen.
audio.
Share screen. Oh, I see it. Thank you,
She
Fuzz.
found it. See,
Okay.
they have explained it enough to me. I've never done it, but I've been explained it many a time. I can tell
Does he?
anybody what to do,
Yeah.
but I don't know how to do it.
Strikes comment. He says he's a 14-year-old, a 14-year police officer that has been lingering. If you guys have any random questions.
Oh wow, really? Really?
Hmm.
Oh, I have some. After this video, I'm going to ask you some questions then.
Okay. Here we go. Where'd it go?
Okay, there it is. Now share the audio. Did you share the audio?
I did.
Press stop and then restart. Oh, never mind.
Stop it.
You're from New
my
Jersey?
word.
Wow.
Okay, let me
Are
try it
you
one more
retired?
time. Remove.
Okay, now you're going to have to share.
Stop screen. Okay, share screen.
Sorry, we're like really new at this. And that's why that I'm letting Tara do it so she can take the blame for all of the mess ups.
Shut up.
I'm teasing.
Okay, so when okay, so it's only giving me the option when I hit entire screen to share system audio. You know what? Here we
What?
go. I'm
You
gonna
think you
try
got
it
it?
anyway. Nope.
So, are you a retired police officer? Okay. I heard something.
Okay. I'm gonna
Okay.
get it.
Now, push on that.
Okay. Oh, here we go. Here we go. It's catching up.
Huh? Do you have
You
it?
see it? I think
Yes.
so. Okay,
I
I'm
see
gonna push play.
Right. And you see that audio over there? You have to push.
Are doing everything they can
There it
tonight.
goes.
Yay! Look at Buzz.
As her young
35
son
year old.
celebrated a birthday without his mother.
Oh,
Kicking on his
wow.
efforts to find her.
Cool.
We're definitely tired, but we won't stop.
Can you guys hear it? Okay.
Plank's
You need to turn it up a little bit, Tara.
Mom, this time in West LA. Tonight, they have one thing on their mind.
Heidi's son,
Okay.
whose birthday is today, and the best gift we could give him would be to bring his mom home.
Today of all days, especially.
No.
On his 11th birthday, friends say he is home with his dad, Jim Wayne.
Hello,
Having a quiet
Fancy.
night. It's been a pretty
How are
emotional time.
you?
2
Welcome.
weeks. No sign of the 39-year-old last seen on this security tape leaving for her son's football game. Her ex-husband, Wayne, says he suspects her disappearance may
This
be
is the
linked to a
security.
job,
Her
financial
leaving her home.
Camden Capital Partners, a local investment company. Her boss, Jason Sugarman, and others are being investigated by the Securities and Exchange Commission for stealing $43 million from unwitting pension funds. Law enforcement has not said Sugarman is connected to Heidi's disappearance in any way. We obtained this security tape from outside Heidi's home in Palms a day or two after she was last seen. Neighbors confirm it is Jason Sugarman. He appears to ring her doorbell, then leaves muffins on the doorstep. As LAPD detectives continue to investigate, her friends won't stop the search.
Either it's foul play and we fear the worst, or she's smart and she's hiding somewhere for a reason that is yet to be determined.
Heidi's friends tell me they're going to keep on posting flyers like this all across Los Angeles. until they hold a prayer vigil for Heidi downtown LA Sunday night at 6. In West Los Angeles, Stacy Butler, KCAL 9 News.
All right.
Okay. Okay. Strike Blitz. Okay. If they get the search warrants for this high rise and the garage and stuff, are they going to release? Will they release that, or are they just? I mean, are they just going to keep that quiet, or will you think they'll release it?
He said the biggest red flag with this case is the FBI doing the health and welfare check at her home. That's a local PD's job at a patrol level.
Oh wow, really? Well, do you think that they did it because of her boss and the stuff that he was into, and they're still investigating
what's going
him?
on?
Because his
Stop it.
charges, he was charged
There we go.
with that, stealing that 43 million, but his charges are pending. So what
That's
does
what
that
I
mean?
took away from it anyway, of how I read it
Ongoing
too.
investigation. Okay. What does it mean for his charges to be pending? I mean, the other guy already got all of this time in prison. I mean, at least 15 years. So
He said they won't release due to an ongoing investigation, which I can understand that.
yeah. But I figured they would tell us if they found her car or not. You know,
Yeah,
they
you'd
released,
think they would release that, but maybe they
they
have their
released
reasons
the
not to.
footage on her front door. You know,
I'm trying to figure out what the muffins were
I have
about.
been
I'm so
messing with
confused.
StreamYard today. If I do unlisted, can I practice on there and it not show anyone what I am doing? Oh, you're wanting to practice on the StreamYard? Yeah, you can practice. You can do the video, right, Alex? I mean, and you can just set it to private.
Oh, my foot.
And I'm not sure if you want to practice the live. I guess Alex will have to tell you that. I don't know enough about that.
I know you can go backstage and play with it before you go live.
Yeah.
Or
Yeah.
you can do like test ones. I had to do tests a couple times.
Yeah, I did. Well, I did that at first and it was embarrassing and I, you know.
Yeah, the muffins. I don't understand the
Mhm.
muffins.
Right.
I'm like, what?
Yeah, but oh yeah. Yeah, you can play with things, can't you? You can play with things before you go live. I mean, before you push that. Right?
Yeah, apparently we're not the only one having an issue with the muffins.
That
I don't get
I
them.
think that I don't know. That is weird. There's a lot of things that's weird, but that's the first red flag he said is the FBI. But
Oh, you're good, Lola.
would the FBI go and do a wellness check if they were on top watching her anyway, like, or watching him?
I think maybe it had to do with the Jason Sugarman, since he obviously had an upcoming.
But wouldn't the FBI just contact the local authorities to go over there and do a wellness check? Right?
I think maybe they covered it up saying it was a wellness check when they were really going in there, to look for something. Maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah, Strike said he finds that odd too, unless
Odd
they were
about
already watching her.
FBI. If they were watching her, they know where she is now, right? Duh.
I would think that they would be watching her hard, since she was
But
the
wouldn't
financial
where she
controller
lives,
for that company.
but where she lives, like you said, the FBI, that was strange for them to go there. Okay, so wouldn't they call the local authorities and just have them go over there and do the wellness check? Why would they go
Yeah,
themselves?
I don't know. That's why I'm thinking that maybe they said it was a wellness check, but they went there with other motives to look for stuff, maybe?
Right.
I don't
He
know.
says that, okay, Strike Blitz says, see, that's what's odd about it. The FBI has to already be watching her.
Yeah, and he said they're not surveilling per se, but just keeping tabs on her. Yeah, I would definitely be keeping tabs on her because
Well, it seems like they would know where she's at right now. I mean, maybe. I mean, what if she's going to
she
turn? Wait a minute. What if she's going to turn evidence on them, and they had tucked her away somewhere, right? What do y'all think?
maybe I don't know.
They
I think
they
maybe she
they
disappeared
could have
on her own.
they could have put her somewhere to protect her if she's going to turn on them, because her name is all over the books everywhere. And
He
she
said
was
a
telling her
family
family,
worker
she was
or
telling her family she was
coworker.
having some questions, that she didn't like it, that her name was all over everything. And then the home that she lived in was over $1 million home, brand new, and it had 3 or 4 businesses saying that it has run large businesses running out of it.
Read Strike's comment.
State's evidence yeah, that's exactly
I got
it.
it pinned.
They wouldn't have contacted her. They would have wanted her to disappear from her kid and her husband. Right. They would have. It seems
Yeah,
like
Strike
they would
said
have, but it seems like they would. Well, I don't know.
he said his theory is that she may have turned into state evidence for witness protection.
Yeah, that's what I just said.
I think that too.
I think
That's
that's
kind of
good.
where I'm
I'm glad
going.
that you started yeah, that gave me, I mean, that makes sense right there, because the ex-husband just having those red flags that he had, this is like great big red flags, right? And so she could be alive and she could be well. I hope she is, for
Yeah,
her son's sake, because they said her
I do
son's really
too.
tore up. And I hope
Yeah.
she is going to turn on these people. I mean, because they used her as an scapegoat, is what they did. Because now, when they called up there, no, they called them or something. I don't know. But the company she worked for was not concerned about her being missing. They just wanted her phone and her laptop. And they said that she had been embezzling money from the company. And this woman is missing. And they had the nerve to tell her ex-husband this. And so they said they had proof, because he said he didn't believe them. So they sent over her financials to her ex, and he handed them over to the police. And the police said that she didn't hardly have any money in her account. So there was no proof there that she was embezzling. So that's suspicious too. I mean, you know,
All right, Strike said,
it says,
but I don't if
what?
she has actually been declared. Okay, so we don't know if she's actually been declared missing by law enforcement or if it's just hearsay. If she was declared missing by law enforcement, she wouldn't be in witness protection. That's a good point. Since they haven't declared her missing,
But
she really could be in witness
they wanted
protection.
to keep her son and ex safe, like they didn't know anything about it. Wouldn't they go along with the plan of putting out missing persons? Or why is it that they don't do
I
that
don't
to law enforcement if they have her in witness protection?
I don't know. Witness protection is, a touchy thing, so they may have not told anybody. Says missed the first 20 minutes. Oh, from Scotland. Hi, Janet.
Oh,
That's crazy. It's all the way
but
from
I know that they
Scotland.
put out a form. I know that they put out a formal, missing persons thing.
Oh
And
yeah,
they,
yeah, yeah. Emler's right. I went back and looked. LAPD were the ones that did
hold on a minute.
the welfare check on the 20th. The FBI raided the house on the 29th.
And the husband got the phone on the 20th, the ex-husband, and he didn't look at it till the 28th or something like that. 25th, 28th. That's weird.
Yeah,
But
something like that.
this case is just so sticky. But there's like the taxes. She said that there was some taxes due, and she was concerned about some things that, she told her family and she told her friends that, that she didn't like her name being all over all these financials and stuff. So Also, the
Yeah.
woman that found the dog has taken care of it prior, and it's familiar with the family, which is another weird thing.
Oh, I didn't see that.
Oh, so okay. Do you know the
So she
connection with
does have
her?
ties to the building.
Do you know her ties to that high-rise apartment?
Well,
Because
he said that the family takes care of the
right, but
dog
what is
for
her
her. So
ties
apparently,
there? Is it the dog? Is her ties there, or is something else ties there?
well, clearly she's friends with him if she trusts him to watch her dog. I wouldn't let anyone watch my dogs if I didn't know him super well. So I think that's the connection is maybe
Okay,
she dropped the dog off
so
after the ball game and then she, either left because she was scared or went into witness protection.
yeah, the FBI, they raided her home on October 29th. It was reported by the news that has taken
This
care of
woman was
this
taking care
dog.
of the dog before.
Okay. Oh, well, they acted like they said that the lady looked at the dog tags and called her cell phone number and left a message, "We have your dog." And the ex-husband, when he checked her phone, saw that message, and that's how he knew where she had was the last place was that high rise. And the police were gonna try to check the garage after they got a warrant.
Yeah, there's so many news articles floating around and stuff though. That doesn't necessarily mean, the
It's like
right.
there's just so many connections, like her ex-boyfriend. I mean, and these are well-to-do people. She's the only one that is really living a middle-class normal life. The rest of them have bukus of money, even her ex-husband. He is a hairdresser to the
Well, I
stars.
would consider her high class. Living in $1 million home.
Well,
That's
I
high
mean,
class.
she's leasing it though. It's their lease home.
Still,
Well,
there's no way I could afford anything like that.
right. But she did make a good living. I mean, over
Yes,
a
she
hundred
did.
thousand dollars a year. That's pretty good, and she got bonuses every month.
Well,
That's
I
good.
also wonder, I know that her and her husband shared 50-50 custody and they were married for quite a while. He actually owns a hair salon in Beverly Hills.
Right.
So I wonder if she got, some type of
Settlement.
yeah, settlement, or I'm not sure what the word is for it, for the company. Because I know when
Well,
you're married so
yeah,
long you can have to split assets.
right. I don't know does anybody know in California if it's a 50-50 state though?
I
See
know
here
here in Arkansas,
here it's
it's yeah.
50-50. And yeah, he must pay alimony, right?
Yeah, it has to be some big
Well,
alimony for what he gets paid.
well, on all of the if you get maybe since he would have to keep her so long in the lifestyle that she was accustomed to. But if the
Yeah.
company she works for owns the home she lives in, and at the very best, she was leasing it. But then they looked, we did some little digging into her vehicle and everything, and there's no vehicle registered to her. No home, no nothing that she owns registered to her. I mean, it's what they said.
I mean, I get it can be like a business vehicle and stuff, but I
In
don't know.
New
It just
Jersey,
seems weird that I
for
don't know.
alimony and child support. Oh, yeah, really? Even if they had 50-50
That's
custody.
that's how it is in Arkansas too.
So even though they have 50-50 custody, one of them could still have to pay the other one?
Oh yeah, one of them can still have to pay child support 50-50 in Arkansas too.
Well, isn't
But
that something?
most of the time here in the court system, they'll if both parents if they get 50-50, they'll make them split the insurance. And if their incomes are similar to the same or in the same tax bracket, then neither parent pays child support. They just split insurance.
Right. I don't think that either. I mean, money was not an issue here for the ex-husband, probably not.
No, I don't think it was
And
either.
I mean,
She had a filthy rich boyfriend.
she was holding her own, though. I mean, she was making fairly decent income with
Yeah.
no education, no college education, doing what she was doing. I mean, she was doing pretty good. And then look at who her boyfriend was. He's doing really well.
Yeah, I want to know
mean,
how much he gets paid.
yeah,
We'll
but
have to do
see,
a part
they have
two
been
on
battling
this.
it out for custody of their son. They had a battle for it. And the day she went missing, he went and filed for sole custody. He has just as much say as she does. So what would be his reasoning for doing that? That's another red flag. Why would he go and file for sole custody the day that comes up missing?
Lala's gonna throw us in the trunk. She's taking us to work.
She's what?
Lala's gonna throw us in the trunk, I guess. She's leaving for work.
We'll help you, Lala, when we get there. When you get there, we'll take on part of it.
Said could have been an issue if he was paying a buck-ton worth of alimony and child support, but we don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
He
he
could
was
have just been paying out too much. He
and he
felt.
was tired of
He
it.
probably was, honestly.
Well, they said they just recently settled this at 50-50 sharing custody, and I'm sure that with their divorce, maybe they were battling out for the money too. You never know.
Yeah, I don't think he would be happy with that. So, I mean, he could have, it had something to do with her disappearance. And then, like you said, that, after she disappeared, he got granted sole physical and legal physical custody. So he has what he wants now in a way.
And that's what he wanted, maybe not to pay money, and then the child, and then he can just blame it on that company since those people are so crooked, and then he will get away scot-free. Smart. That's a pretty smart move. I mean, hi, Irvin. How are you?
Because, yeah, if she does, say she
put some thought into it.
Say she reappears tomorrow, but the courts have already decided that he has, this full custody now.
Right.
The battle will have to start all over in court, I would think.
Right. Well, strike list
Okay, Irvin.
he files for full custody. Child support will go on hold. Yes, it would. And alimony.
Hey, Irvin.
If she's missing, I mean, it'll probably stay in motion, but then if she's never found,
I don't know about that. I don't know a lot about alimony.
I don't know about alimony either,
I know a lot about custody battles, but I don't know much about alimony.
I didn't have that issue either.
No. I've never had it, but I know a lot of people who have.
Oh, I just had my ex's rights terminated, and he knew to go along with it or else. So,
all right, well, I'm going to be right back.
Don't get me wrong. I didn't want no child support. I didn't want a dime from him, and I did let him have visitation anytime he wanted it.
Yes. All right, I'll be right back. So the floor is yours. Give me like 2 whole minutes.
When you stay married because of alimony, really? It seems like that you could make, when the partners, when you first get together and they're all goo-goo-eyed, that's when you make them sign a paper. Or, when they're drunk one night or something, you slide it under there and say, you need to sign this. I don't know. I'm kidding. I don't know. That was just never a thing with me. I knew that was my leverage is if I didn't want child support, then I refused child support, that I had the most say. So, it worked. It really did work. But later on now, like as teenagers, when they get teenagers, they start bucking up on you and stuff. And my youngest said, I want to go live with my dad. And I said, okay. And I wouldn't let him back out of it. I got him a bus ticket and I put him on a bus and I sent him to his dad. And his dad calls me 3 months later and he says, you're going to have to take Trent back. And I was like, why? I said, that's our good child. I said, you shouldn't be having no problem out of him. He wasn't going to school. He's in trouble for truancy. And I'm like, oh, not my child. But this was 3 months. And he goes, here's what he said. Raising kids is hard. Did you know that? I had them Trent was 16. So 16 years without on my own, and he's had him for 3 months. Come on. I about laughed my ass off. No shit. I really did. I just thought I was going to fall over. But needless to say, he come home. And he come home and not in one piece either. He had his front tooth chipped in the half. It was horrible. His ear, he tried to pierce it himself. It was infected. I'm telling you. He thought he was going to be beat when he got here. but no, it turned out okay. But it says, Arkansas, thankfully. Yeah, well, we had custody of my husband's little girl, but we had no choice but to go and get custody of her. Her mother had Munchausen. For example, my one sergeant's makes $180,000 along with taxes and child support. His take home is $42,000. Are you kidding me? That would be, yeah, that would upset. I think that would upset some people. I do. That's a lot of money. I mean, I just can't believe that. Oh, that's just hard. Okay. Well, anyway, I'm doing this next case. I'm doing it for Allison. This is Allison's case. This is her little baby. She loves this case and she is really into it. She knows that she's helping the family. She's friends with the family. I mean, she's really doing some good stuff with this case, and they just really want this boy
I can
found.
block myself on StreamYard. Since I'm commenting on my private profile, I can block myself or put myself in timeout.
Okay. His name is Harry. And what is it? Do you have his last name? Oh,
I can't say it.
Gilligan? Spell it for me.
I don't know. That case that Cement Shoes wants me to do, I'm gonna butcher them names in that video. They got
Really?
some crazy names.
Okay, it's
I don't know.
Milligan.
It's gonna be bad.
Okay, it's Harry Dennis
Milligan.
Milligan. Okay, can you put his? Can you show that? Strike Blitz. Would you be willing to answer some questions about another case that
I'll try to find a
I'm
picture of
working
him. I'll
on?
be right back.
Like, can you email me or something? Because I've got another case that I've got some questions that I cannot find the answers to. And I was like, man, I need to talk to a police officer.
Did you say his name was Harry Dennis Milligan?
Milligan.
Okay, I was gonna try to pull up a picture of him real quick. Here we go.
Do you have it?
I had him. Now I went to Meryl Streep somewhere.
How funny.
Okay, hang on. Okay, you can keep going and I'll pull a picture up.
Okay.
There we go.
He come up missing July 1st, 1984. It's been 37 years. He would be 58 years old today. His little brother is 55, Mark. And Mark is still desperately fighting every day to bring his brother home. And Allison, she's my friend and she's a creator. She has a channel and hers is brand new too, but she is really working really hard with these people trying to bring this kid home. And he's still a kid because when he disappeared, he was 21. And to me, I lost a grandson and he will always be 3, you know? So, he was with 3 of his good friends, supposed to be his good friends. They went to the bar, got a 6-pack, and then the friends said that they went all driving around. They just went driving, what you do in the country. I mean, we used to do it when I was young. So, and then, they said about, 1 something in the morning, they said that they went back to where they had parked their vehicles, and one of the friends, Steve, the 3 that was with them, it was Jeff, Steve, Doug, and Harry. So Steve got in his vehicle and went one direction, and they said that Harry got in his vehicle and went northbound, and that would be towards Avery, Iowa, which that's the town and where they lived. And no one's seen him since, and they have not found his vehicle at all. Good night, Punksy. Thank you for coming. And we're going to have updates on the other case. When they come out, we will update you. So this kid, he was in the service and everything, but I don't know, was it National Guard or something like that? I'm not sure.
I'm not sure.
When she
I
pulls it
actually
up, it'll
couldn't
tell
look
me.
back at him.
But his car has not been found either. Your email, Strike Blitz, did not come up. It says, that's my work email. I always check it. Okay, it didn't come up. Are you falling asleep, Alex? Alex is not a night owl. That's one thing
Don't
we
go to
don't
sleep,
have in
Alex,
common. She's
promise.
not a night owl. I had to adjust my sleep habits just so I could talk to her on the phone and stuff because I was awake all night and she was up during the day. So funny. All right. Well, we're just going to cover this case for Allison right fast, and then we're done. Strike Blitz, can you put your email in there again because it didn't come up? There's our email. Strike Blitz right there. Can you highlight that, our email?
Got it.
Okay. And his car, has not ever been found either. That's what's so weird. His car, him, but he did go, I missed something. Before they went driving around, before they went to the bar, they did go and play a round of poker at one of them's house or something, and he won $1,500, which nowadays that's like $4,800. Hi, dear Terms of Service. Thank you for being here. Lala sent you. Lala's something else. She is amazing, I tell you. She is all over the place. That girl. Thank you for coming.
Oh, I think the problem is somehow you have to
Y'all are really supportive.
approve emails or links to be posted.
What?
I think somehow you have to allow
Alex,
links to be posted.
Uh-huh.
So it may not have let Strike show since.
Okay. Can you email that? Just email us at our email, and then I will get back to you.
Yeah, I heard Natasha say before that people couldn't post links.
That's really cool that Lala sent you over here. I'm glad that y'all come because y'all show support with that. We're not going to be able to move forward and put that behind us. See, I never heard of NC before the Brittany thing went down. I never even heard of this woman. And so there was a wall up then. So if we can do that, we can put a wall up again and look down our nose at her is what we got to do because you can't stop her. And she her scheme's just getting bigger and bigger. I don't get it. She's not going to, never mind. Okay. But we love you, what you're doing, dear Terms of Service. No, I laugh every time I see y'all's work. I love it. I try to comment and everything because y'all do really good work. you are doing a good thing. Has to be a mod to post a link. Oh,
I
okay.
thought so.
Well, I was
I
thinking
don't
that.
know.
Yeah, is that on emails too, Alex?
It
I don't
must
know.
be.
I don't know. I don't know anything about it. I guess I'll learn one of these days. But y'all do really good work. You do. And I mean, I'm gonna get with Mr. Falls because I've got an idea for y'all.
Mm.
So I do. I have a good idea, a real good one. So anyway, um, and it's been like 37 years, and no evidence has ever come to light. None at
That's
all.
crazy.
And his car has never been found. And they think that the three friends know more. They absolutely do know more. I mean, and the little brother, he seems to think that he knows who did it. And it's sad. But he says the person that he did it, that he thinks did it, he thinks they're no longer alive. So, I mean, he's
Aw.
not even wanting anybody prosecuted for it. He just wants to bring his brother home. So he doesn't
So
even care
sad.
about them being prosecuted. I mean, they could come forward if the person is, if he is dead. Why aren't they coming forward? I mean, I don't understand that. But they said that he was like carefree and like he wanted to be center of attention. And one thing that stood out, he said that when the cousins and all would come over for holidays, his brother would plan like this big elaborate games and stuff for them to play, and he was all ready when they got there. So he kept the kids occupied with all of this stuff. And so, thank you, Lala, for going and getting people and bringing them over here. You're sweet. You are so sweet. You really are. You got a bad. You just got a bad rap all the way around. Let me tell you.
I
But, it,
know when we were
but
with TT, I
Lala,
was always like scared of Lala, but now I'm like, she's cool.
Lala treated. She taught me a lesson. I have to say that she taught me a big
Uh-oh.
lesson. And usually, I do not. I try to judge people on what I see, but there was so much talk about Lala. I
Mm-hmm.
was in my mind. It was planted in my mind that I saw her do bad things, but I didn't. And this Natasha thing going on and stuff really has made me look at myself and look at things. And Alex has made me, kind of revamp everything, instead of just used to. I'm such a hothead. I used to just go at it and not even think before I would leap. But you just got a bad rap, and I'm sorry that I ever thought
She
that.
did. She did.
You know,
TT. Yeah.
I mean, any that you were. But yeah, well, the more that TT um, said bad things about her, that's the more I paid attention to what she was doing
Yep.
and
Me
found
too.
out that she was Lala, and there's nothing wrong with being Lala at
No,
all.
she's pretty awesome.
Yes, she is. I mean, yeah, she is amazing. She is. And people should be able to get to go around to all the communities and not have to use an alt. But these people have taught us that if you want to keep the skin on the outside, that you will use an alt because you won't be able to express yourself because they block your ass. So you have to make an alt to go in there and finish expressing it, right?
Mm-hmm.
I'm funny. Because I did. I went and I was really mad, and I went into Natasha's and I was like telling her something, and I got blocked. So I just went and made me an alt and went right back in. And they could tell it was me because, I just picked it up, but I was so mad. It was hilarious. He got blocked too. So, and then she thought that she did well, I don't know what she did, but anyway, she did something for me once upon a time, and she unblocked me so that I could come in, and she thought that um, I would be okay with her after that, but I wasn't. And so she forgot about unblocking me, and so I went in there and got 2 more cents in here right before I left TT's chat, and then she blocked me again. She goes, "How did you get unblocked?" I'm like,
How did you get unblocked?
"How did you unblock me?" She made her people think that she was taking up for me, but she only had her own agenda with it. So I mean, I said, you have your own agenda, and I know, but thank you for bringing it to light. Saying it out loud is what I said. And I told her, and when I was getting on to her again, I said, "Now I'm telling you, I did thank you for, you know, taking up for me that one time, but now we're on to something else." Well, we were. It was terrible. So okay. Anyway, his brother, they were adopted. Harry and his little brother was adopted, and so that's the little brother that really wants to bring him home. And it just seems like that somebody would talk and bring this kid home. And I know that I chopped this all up, and it's I don't know, it's Albiat, Iowa, and they grew up in Avery, Iowa. A lot of things happen in Iowa, don't they? A lot of things. I haven't even heard of any high-profile missing cases until this this girl, and that case is just full of ins and outs.
Yeah,
And
that's gonna be a long
mhm,
case to
yeah,
cover.
we're gonna have other parts to that one, but I'm gonna get some more details and go over those with y'all. But Gray Hughes is covering this case, and so is Chasing. And Chasing did a really good job on it, just like breaking it all down for us and stuff. And she left the links for that I can go investigate myself and look at things for myself. But yeah, there's red flags on the husband on that. I do have, because usually if it's too good to be true, in which that big company, it's practically slapping us in the face saying they did it, and the
Yeah.
ex-husband's pointing the finger at this company, then I would go with the ex-husband having something to do with it, because
Yeah, I
I
don't
want,
know. I'm torn between the two.
I'm going to have to check into the battle that they did, and I will do that. And we'll have part 2 with I'll bring up some evidence. I want to do I'm going to do a map for Allison on Harry's case. I want to retrace his steps on maps and see which directions that he could have went. But on hers, I want to see how far that apartment complex is from her home, and just check into their court records, their battle that the child support, the alimony that got brought to the attention. And then why the FBI raided her home, why
Yeah.
wasn't it the local police? We had a police officer in here saying that was his red flag, is the FBI wouldn't go and raid her house. It would be the local police. So that really is weird right there.
Yeah, I
So
want to do a deep dive into how much
yeah, they
she
are.
knew
I
about that company stuff too, though. Because,
right.
like I said, I think it was a court hearing the day after she went missing. So I want to look into that and
Mm-hmm.
see if I can find some records, maybe. I don't know if they'll be public, but I want to check that out.
Yeah, but I mean, you think about Lala. This could have been any of you girls, because $100,000. She was middle class, and she was dating a power. Some her ex-husband had a lot of money, and she was dating a powerful man, and she worked for a company that, stole $43 million. I wonder if they found all that money too. We need to check
I
into
think
that.
they got caught before they actually was able to
No,
take the money. No,
well,
they did?
no, because they said that the tribe that they took it from was now in debt that much money.
Oh, I didn't know that. I thought it said that they were trying to. I'll have to look into that. That's terrible.
So why did, I mean, that's a lot of
He
money.
should have got more than 16 damn years for that then.
Well, this has got some, and I mean, her boyfriend, I don't know if you was here, Lala, her boyfriend uh, works for the Facebook, owner of Facebook.
Yeah, he's the vice president of the charity group.
Yeah. So, I mean, she's involved with some pretty powerful people. And, and her name was all over those legal documents. They were going to have to pay taxes. Can you imagine? I wonder how much taxes they were going to have to pay.
Oh my God. I don't even want to think.
Well, dig this, okay? You're talking about, let's see, the richest people in our country don't pay taxes. They pay minimum, right?
Mhm.
The second richest person in the United States paid zero taxes.
It's
Zero.
crazy.
Trump, let me give you an example. Trump, I think the year before he became president, we paid him money. The
What?
IRS owed him money. Can you believe that? And
That's insane.
it was millions. It wasn't a drop in the bucket either. We had to pay him millions for his tax write-offs. So y'all tell me who's being cheated here. Right. If they don't start
Golly.
taxing these big companies, all of the money for the states and for the government to run the government, everything comes out of our pocket. Those big companies that are in charge of all this, none of it comes out of theirs. None.
Oh, my husband, this has absolutely nothing to do with what we're talking about. But my husband was watching a video before I got on live about,
I'm going to
I think
ask you
it's
for a minute.
23 and Me. I guess it's where you can like, they take a swab of your saliva or something and you can,
Oh,
yeah.
yeah.
Anyway, he got on there and this giant, I can't remember which one. I'll have to look. This massive pharmaceutical company, like one of the biggest ones in the world, has put millions and millions and millions of dollars, like hundreds of millions of dollars into that company so that they can have some type of access to the results or the people that do it. So I'm not sure. I thought maybe that'd be an interesting live to cover.
What? What is it?
Yeah,
Oh,
DNA. That's the word I was looking for. They I guess they pay 23andMe like hundreds of millions of dollars to give them like private information about
really?
like your family history and but like I said, it was just a video my husband was listening to too, so I
Oh
don't
my God,
necessarily know
really?
if I don't know if all of it was true, but I was like, that might be interesting to look into.
Mm-hmm. Well, what? Who is Lala? Who's live right now? What's going on? Catch us up since we are finished with the cases. And at the end, before we leave, I want you to play that video if you can for
Which one?
Allison. The one for
Oh, I don't
Allison.
know which one it is.
I sent you. Oh, I sent it. Let's see here. I'll send it again.
Yeah, I was about to say you have to send it again because I
Oh yeah,
probably
I'll send it to you again. First, I gotta find if I'm on the right phone. Probably not. I know.
let
I got
me
everything is all like
pull
I
my
had everything
messenger.
scattered on all
Yeah.
these phones, and now I've got everything on one phone. I thought
I know, we'll get
maybe
organized one day.
pictures I don't have on my computer. Can you believe that?
I don't have hardly any on mine either. They're all on my phone.
That's crazy. When I went to change my picture, I couldn't do it. So who's live, Lala? Which they did?
I don't think she said anybody was
Which
live.
one? The first case, the girl. Um, It's it's Los Angeles, California. Yeah, Los Angeles. And the other one's in Iowa. Okay, I'm gonna send it to
I don't
you.
see the link. Okay. Yeah, I don't see it.
Just wait a minute. I'm getting
I can
pretty
do
good.
the
I mean,
Shang
if you're on
share
for
audio
Alex,
again.
you know what's funny, Lala? You know they come up with the wondering which mod shared that information. I didn't even know how to take screenshots, so I got blamed for something I didn't even know what I was doing. I mean, I wouldn't even know what to do. Alex had to teach me later because I wanted to send her something, and I was like, I don't know how to do that. And oh, doing your like recording your phone call. I don't have no clue how to do that, but y'all need to come on.
The
Lala knows
text
how.
one.
Lala needs to tell
What's
me
the
how to do
text
that.
one, Lola?
Right, here it
You mean the
is.
first one?
Is it the first case or the second case?
Oh, I see it. Here we go. Okay. Let me save
The
them.
girl missing or the guy missing? Cover that again. I missed it. What, the second case?
I think the first one. Heidi.
Let everyone take the fall. I know. And I felt bad too. And I said, I'm going to find out who did it. I am. And I was mad then, but now I'm thankful that they did do it and we all got out. I'm just thankful I got out first. I'll take the blame first. That's cool with me. And I was stupid. That's the only thing that I know how to call her is just stupid. Because stupid, sitting there showing all of our the foot was on her screen, she wasn't
You're
showing
breaking
any
up.
stupid idiot. Can y'all hear me? Am I breaking up? I'm
You're good
typing
now.
as
You just
fast
were
as
for a second.
she's typing as fast as she can. Look, she says, I know, and that the girl that was sending stuff. Oh yeah. Let everyone take the fall. She did. And I asked them to, and they wouldn't tell me. And I'll ask the person that did it. Isn't that weird? Sometimes you just got to find out what people are made of, though, what they stand for.
Screen record.
We know what Lala stands for, huh, Lala? All of
Y'all
us.
got me all confused, DTOS. I'm just retarded and not
Why?
getting
What
it,
did
I
she
think.
say?
He said
Y'all
screen
need to catch
record.
us up.
He said,
Y'all still
yeah,
here?
present. Okay.
She is going to cover it again. Okay. Who wants to hear about it again? That first case? Is that what it is? Okay. I think Dear Terms of Service wants to hear about the
The Heidi case.
thing. I think so. That case is really going to be something else. I mean, it is
Well,
something
Lala's
else.
driving, so she
But
shouldn't
it's
be
been brought to.
texting anyway. Lala, don't die.
I know. Are you texting and driving? You better not be doing that. I'm getting on to you just like my kid. Robot. Yeah, I
He
want
said
to
we're all
know how
good
to
now.
get one of those. I asked last night, I want to know how you get one of those robot things, to be in your chat. And then
I don't know.
those bot things and how to, record when you're talking on the phone. I don't even need that at all. Just sometimes it's good to have just in case,
Okay, they wanted us to go over the Heidi case again, do like a screen or
Okay,
a
go ahead.
a recap on it.
All right. You're real good at I kind of go all over the place. So you keep it in order and you just go and tell me when you get tired and I'll do it.
Okay, so pretty much Heidi Planck went missing on October 17th. She went to her son's football game that night and she left at halftime. Her son, or
Put
not her
the
son,
picture.
her, I did, it's probably being slow.
There it is. Okay.
Her
You got it.
ex-husband, Jim Wayne, he owns a Beverly Hills salon and he does all the hair for like the big stars. Her and him split 50-50 custody of their 11-year-old son. And she just went missing that night, is what we've come to the conclusion of. So 3 days later, when she didn't show up to pick her son up from school,
Her dog. Remember where her dog was found too. Don't forget. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
yeah, she went to pick up her, or she's supposed to pick up her son at school, and she didn't show up. So then the ex-husband got concerned, and he filed a missing persons report for her. And so that's where that started, of her disappearing, because she was a great mom. She would never miss picking up her son. And I think it was called, oh crap. Her dog was found in LA in her high-rise building on the 28th floor.
And it was Flower and what?
I don't know. I wrote it down.
The
Hope and Flower
high-rise.
building.
Yeah.
And apparently, this is a really high-end building, high security. So you don't just, get into this hotel. So, and let's see. So on the 20th, the police, I guess the police and her husband and a friend went and they did a welfare check on her. Her car was missing, but her work laptop and personal phone were at home, right? Her personal phone?
Yes.
Her personal phone was at home, but her work phone was gone. And so on the 29th, the FBI did a raid of her home and they found various files and left with them. It doesn't say what kind of files they were or anything like that. So we're not sure what they took from the home. And I think I read last night or the day before, that they did obtain security footage finally from the high rise that the dog was found at, but they haven't
Really?
released any information about whether, her vehicle is in that parking garage or if she entered the building, left the building. So the police, they have the footage now, but they haven't released anything.
See, that's what keeps everybody confused. They don't release things. Well, and then
I forgot about
her ex-husband.
yeah.
He is a hairdresser to the stars. Her boyfriend is vice president of a charity for the Facebook owner. What's his name?
Mark Zuckerberg, I think so you say his name.
So she's tied in with some people that have money. Well, she has no college education, and she got a job being, what is his name?
She was working at Camden.
Sugarman. His name is Sugarman.
Yeah, Jason Sugarman.
Yes, that was her boss. She was a personal assistant at first for him, and then he put her into the bookkeeping part. And then he moved her to financial, what is that called? I keep forgetting. I need to write it down.
Financial controller.
Controller, in which they usually make more money than she is making, but just to do their books, their taxes, they control everything in the company. I mean, as far as finances. She had no college education to do this. So I think that they did that on purpose because she didn't have any experience in a company doing the books. Because they would have hired someone with a lot more experience, someone seasoned. But if they got someone seasoned, I think that they thought, oh, we don't want those because they'll catch on to what we're doing. They hid money in some companies, and they listed those companies at her address where she lives. She lives in over $1 million home, and her income was a little bit over 100,000, and she got like 1,000 something a month bonus. But the company did own the home she lived in. It was brand new. and her little dog was on the 28th floor of that high rise. And they said the security is so tight that you can't even get on out to each individual floor unless you belong there. It's such high security. So how did that dog get up on the 28th floor? Red flags of the husband. Okay, the red flags for him, had been in a custody battle, and they shared custody 50-50. He went and filed for sole custody of his son the day she went missing. He got her phone. He handed the laptop over, but he got her phone and he kept it. He didn't look in it for a week. And that's how he found the dog, is because they left a message. Says, I'm at the part where they found her personal phone at home, just for your information. Okay. They found they found her personal phone at home. The ex-husband turned over the laptop that he found at the same time, but he kept her phone. He didn't look in her phone for a week. Then he looked in there and saw the message, we have your dog. So then he notified the police of where her dog was. So then the police went and wanted to look at the footage and wanted to look in the parking garage and wanted information, and they wouldn't give them nothing. They had to go and get warrants for all that. And I'm sure they've done that by now, but we don't know if they found her vehicle or what took place of that. Let's see, other red flags of the husband. What was that? Oh, we had a police officer that was in here. He really did have a good point. He said the first red flag for him was, why was it the FBI went in and raided her house on the 29th instead of it would have been local police that did that. The FBI does not do that. That was a red flag for him. So that's gotten me thinking that maybe she might be going to turn on them, because her name is on everything. And she knows their secrets because she worked there for 5 years. She's been there for a long time. She knows she was his personal assistant. She knows everything about that company. She knows where all the money's hidden. And I think she might have known too much. And she was worried. She did tell her family that her name was on everything, and she was worried about that. And there was a lot of things that she didn't understand that was going on and that she was worried about. So, she could be turning, and the FBI put her in witness protection. I hope that's it for her son's sake. Her son's birthday was 2 days ago. She missed his birthday. And her vehicle, she just disappeared. Okay, the other red flag. This dog belonged to her son, not her. And it was left on the 28th floor, safe and sound. So that's another red flag. And him going and filing that custody thing. And some people said so that he would have, say over the boy since she's missing. He has 50-50 custody. He has total say over him now. He did. And we started discussing that. how much alimony is he having to pay? He's rich. Is he having to pay, child support still? Because she is middle class. Her income is considered middle class. And he's really rich. He's doing hair for the stars. So that, and he's got a girlfriend she's pretty too. She's really young. It seems like the picture I saw, she was really young.
Yeah.
But it's just sad. I just don't know. I don't know. It just has so much.
Sure.
So you see that picture up there on the screen? That 28 floors, that high rise, that is a large building. Says, yes, whiskey. Archimedes girl, hi. How are you? I'm glad to see you. I had a phone call and walk in the door. Yes, we're still on. We did. I did the case for Allison. I did, Harry's case. Just kind of briefly went over it, and we're going back over this case for your terms of service, and we're trying to get Lala home. She better not be texting. She's. How far do you have to go, Lala? You should have seen
I think she said
that
she was
one
going to work.
on my other channel. I just did that Halloween thing. Well, that was a flop, but because I couldn't even bring anybody up on panel, I didn't know how. It wouldn't work for me, but it was really cool because different creators from different places started coming and hopping up on my panel. Like my Mel is my good friend. Me and Mel has known each other since I come to YouTube. She was one of my first friends, and she's the one that did the parody. Her and Tori did did Natasha and Lynn. I love her to pieces. She's very talented and just so fun. I mean, it's just when I feel bad, I go over there and she makes me laugh. She does. So, and Tori, I met her through Mel that played Lynn. Oh my God, she did such a good job. It was unreal. They did a really good job. But I think that I just don't even
Lord,
understand why
Lala.
they think that we're not supposed to, you know, make fun of them like that. I thought a long time ago we should have done a parody just making fun of them because, I mean, come on. We can do such a better job at what they do.
I
I'm sorry.
know.
They just don't do you know what I mean, to make it funny. They just don't do the parts like, I
Lala,
don't know.
you're a superhero. You work a 36-hour shift. I'd be
There's no,
dead.
there's no way, Lala. Really? And she's on
That's
her feet a lot.
crazy.
Don't you work for like nursing thing, hospice or something? She has a very serious job, y'all. I mean, no wonder she vents with laughter and kids around like she does, because isn't that what your job is? Yeah, in Houston. My nephew lives in Houston. Um, yeah. Is it like really bad even this time of night? The traffic? I used to live in Dallas, and oh my God, sometimes it would take we
Uh-oh. Did it kick me? Oh, no.
travel a
Oh,
day
there we
and
are.
driving. I moved because of that traffic crap. It's awful. I live in Oklahoma City now, and we know where, when the highway's going to be backed up. There's back ways you can go, but nothing. You couldn't go any back ways there. There was no other way to get there but to take the big major highways. But I feel for you, Lala. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I would never survive in a big city like that. Like our town, literally, like, well, I don't even know if you call it a town that we live in. Lala's going on a cruise.
I want to
I've never
go.
done that. I know. I want to do that too.
Oh, I
But yeah,
want to
our
go.
town has like 149 people in it.
No, it does
It's
not.
ridiculous
Are you?
small.
I live on the outskirts of Oklahoma City. I can see downtown from right here out my window. I have a view of downtown. And like the Oklahoma City Memorial, where the bombing was, I can see it from my window right here. But I live in a little bitty, it's called Dale City, and it's really quiet where I live. I live in this horseshoe community, and it's got a high fence around it. It's got cement barriers all up taller than I am, and then it's got a high fence from about a 10-foot fence from there, and it's all the way around. So riffraff doesn't come in. People come in here they live here, and we only have 2 kids that live here in the whole
Oh my
community.
gosh.
So there's no noise, you know. I'm old. I'm old and noise gets on my nerve. When my grandkids come, they are really loud, you know, and they come sometimes at late at night. Like my son killed that deer the other night and they came really late. And I'm just like, and the kids are so loud. And I said, I'm not going to worry about that anymore, my kids being loud.
We
But
don't
yeah,
even have a stoplight in our town, so
really,
we
I
got a
grew up in
post office and a restaurant and 2 churches is what we got.
I grew up in a little town like that, Kingston. It's a lot. It's grown a
Did you
lot
grow up
since.
in Arkansas?
No, in
Oh, there's a
Oklahoma.
Kingston, Arkansas that's really tiny.
Me and my husband, we went to grade school together and high school together. So he was really smart. I don't even want to think about what I was. I
Oh
was
God.
wild. But anyway, so on this case, I mean, all this stuff, I mean, it's just so many things connected that it could be. It could be the company. Oh, and sorry, I didn't tell y'all this. Okay. The I'm trying to think of everything that we went over. Like the partner of her boss. See, his charges are pending. He's fixing to go to prison too. But his partner has they sentenced him to at least 15 years. So he's already in prison for scamming that $43 million. And where is that $43 million is what I want to know. Because that
The money
tribe is in debt
question.
for that money. So that they do not have eyes on all that money. You know, it's some of it's gone or they wouldn't be in debt that much. So it's people's retirement fund is what they scammed it off of. That is the most horrific thing ever. They took it from people that are that's their future. That's when they get old. That's what they're going to live on. And they stole it from them. That shows you what kind of people these people are. So they could
Oh, I
murder.
actually have a picture of him
Murder's not that
somewhere.
too far away, is it? Hi, Alexis. How are you?
There
But
he
this
is.
case,
That's
I love
Jason Sugarman.
right there, Sugarman, and he was on surveillance. He went to her house that day and took her muffins, and he is like multimillionaire. I mean, like, why would he do that? And then afterwards,
Yeah,
when they called,
I don't get the muffins.
after she come up missing, he didn't even care that she's missing. All he wanted was
Hey,
his laptop and
Alexis.
phone. So that shows you how cold hearted he is. So the muffins, that's a big red flag. Hi, Alexis. I'm glad to see you, sweet girl. You are the sweetest, I swear. I see her in chat and stuff. She's sweet no matter what. She is. She's so sweet. So what is going on? I mean, I did this case today. I tried to, do the cases because I did that one for Allison and I wanted to, know a little bit more about him. And then I was, doing research and stuff on that first one. And, so I didn't even get to go and see any of the, drama going around and I don't have a headache. I go to bed every night
Yeah,
with
I
a headache.
know. I didn't watch anybody
Mhm.
today. I was like, I'm not
Well,
gonna do it. I'm gonna go a whole day without watching. Well, I
mm,
lied. I lied. I lied. I lied. I watched Alex. I had to watch it replay,
well,
but I watched
yeah, I
Alex.
went on to Alex, but then Allison's like, "Did you see this?" And I'm like, "Oh crap, I gotta go watch it
No,
now."
I didn't. I couldn't. I stayed away from everything today.
I didn't. I had to go watch some clips. And Dear Terms of Service, I watch everyone that comes out. I'm like
Arch.
on top
I'm
of
one of
it.
the nicest people I know. I can't say that
Dear,
about myself, Arch. I'm not.
I well, I don't care what time I watched all Dear Terms of Service and all Holly's and all Lindsay's and Mr. Falls, and then that. Oh, what is that one? The Truther or something? I mean, I don't know which one.
The Grim
What? Oh,
Truther, Father
yes.
Snuffles. I love him.
And then there's another one that oh God, I can't even think of it. The kangaroo something. I don't know. Is
Captain
it
Kangaroo.
Yeah, I watched that one. But yeah, y'all got some good videos out.
We
I
can
mean,
all come over to your live, Lala. We can just fill the whole panel up.
yeah, Lala, we can do that. If
You just have like
you want
10
that, we
people
can
on
do that.
panel with you.
Voice to text, and I'm not sure about the grammar. It's a grammar. I am driving and trying to be safe. Okay, well that's fine. We can figure out what you're trying to say. We don't
We
want
will
you wrecking. You
translate you.
don't you dare be texting. I get on. My husband does that. I couldn't believe I found out my husband does that.
All
I
right,
couldn't
let's get
believe it.
his face off here.
I was
Look
like,
at him.
you gotta stop doing that. I can barely text. Look, I barely can run my phone when I'm sitting here, still. I screw everything up. I can't text hardly then. My fingers are too fat. I don't see how these kids do it. But, and drive and text, how do y'all do that? I mean, that's something
I
else.
don't even try.
My biggest thing, I used to drive and put my makeup on the way to work without a mirror. I mean, I would do that every day on the way to work. Ridiculous. I can't even imagine doing it now at all. I'd poke my eye out probably. But yes, that was and I can't even imagine if we had cell phones when I was a kid, we'd have been in hog heaven. We had to go to the library, girls, and do our research on anything. I mean, we didn't have things, just knowledge from all over the world. Do you know what was opened up when the internet opened up? It opened up the whole world to us. And I was born at a time where I got to experience my parents was older when they adopted me, so I got to experience what they experienced when they were children. And then I got to experience moving into, the technical thing, the computers and everything, and cell phones. I remember when we had a rotary dial phone in our kitchen. I do.
Oh
I
my
mean,
goodness.
I mean, we didn't have all the things that we do now, but our generation has gotten to experience all of that to where, like, my dad and my mom didn't get to even see a cell phone,
Well, you told Lala you translate, so go for it.
Okay, I watch I watch movies, I text, and I'm a billboard for what I want to do. That's cool. That's cool.
I'm a
She really did. I
billboard.
mean, to say
Oh
the
wait, I
billboard
get it.
for
I
what
get it. It
not.
took me a second.
Oh,
My
she's
bad.
a billboard for what not to do.
Oh,
Oh,
okay.
a billboard for what you want to do is good too. I mean,
I thought
you
Lala was
are.
saying she was a billboard. I was like, what?
She kind of is a billboard with the flashing lights on top, y'all.
Yeah.
That's the way I see Lala. She's every time that I see her in chat, she's like has these flashing lights around her name, guys. Right? Except for the turkey gobble gobble. That thing right there, I don't know, it threw me off the other night.
Well,
What
I
was
know
it
it says
you
la la
in
in it.
Holly's? I didn't know she was even in there, and I just kept searching. Where is she at? I can't find her. So oh yes, AOL and MySpace. Yes, I still have
Do
a
they even have
MySpace account.
MySpace though?
I have a MySpace account, and I have an AOL email. Believe it or not,
I had
I
one when
do.
I was in high school, but I don't even know if they still have
In
MySpace.
high school, listen to that. I am glad we didn't have social media during high school. Can you imagine
Oh my gosh, they do.
the school that I came from was a really rough school. I mean, it's a little country school, but those kids, I'm surprised kids didn't end up dead. They had the gang mentality, let me tell you. Their cliques was serious cliques. And that you had to know how to fight, and you better be willing to fight too, because they're going to make you fight. You sometimes that whole gang of them, would beat the hell out of somebody, and it was on a daily basis. That school was scary, but we made it through it. I was mean though. I got kicked. Well, I didn't say that. I got kicked out of school a lot. Let's just put it that way. But and here's my the principal, that had to kick me out of school that I kept getting in trouble with. He became the principal of my kids when they got into middle school at another
Is your
another
dog
town.
snoring?
Yes, that's my little dog. She's snoring.
I was like, somebody's snoring.
I gave her a bath. That's Lucy. She is a little bitty tiny thing, and she snores like that. It's ridiculous.
Did we ever
She
figure
is
out if Amanda fell asleep on panel and was snoring?
nobody would even answer me. They still have not answered my question. If she did,
We'll have to ask her. That was pretty. It sounded like she's asleep. I'm from Arkansas.
And I'm from Oklahoma.
We're neighbors.
Yes, we're not. She lives where my youngest son lives there, so we're gonna get to do a meetup. So you paid $100 a month to have an hour of internet? Really? Oh my god. Well, down there, okay, my granny still lives in my hometown, and so we lived real close to the lake. My husband was yards from the lake. I mean, you step out his door and walk down this path and you're at the beach. No joke. I love that's my favorite place in the world. He hated it. But that's where we come from, is around the lake. And they still do not, you can't get internet service down there. And there's only certain phones that you can pick up service if you go around in the yard and find the right spot. No, I'm not kidding. And it is like, and when I moved, I was in 4th grade when I moved to this town. And up until 4th grade, I had all kinds of friends. Well, I moved to this town and they were prejudiced there. And it took a toll on me, them trying to explain to me why that certain kids of certain color could not come to that school. And I blew a gasket. And so I just, on Bring a Friend to School Day, well, that's exactly what I did and brought my friend to school. My best friend was of color, and I brought her to school. I was like, this is unacceptable. But it's true. And did you know that they still to this day are that way? Now, you think that somewhere has not moved forward. This place has not. And it's pathetic. I wouldn't want my grandkids going to that school. I just wouldn't. And in high school, every chance I got, me and her was up there at the school, and I was, it's like, you're causing problems. I was like, I'm not causing anyone any problems. Y'all are causing me some problems. But yeah, it was really bad. That school was really rough. I mean, it was horrible. But the principal that kicked me out all the time because I was a really bad kid, well, he became my kid's principal in middle school. My kids are 2 years apart. So I took my kids in there the first day of school when I found out he was the principal there. And I marched in his office, and he goes, "Oh my gosh, what are you doing in here?" I said, "Well, I thought I'd bring my children up here and introduce them." And he had already met my kids because my youngest son was good in sports. And I said, "These two are my kids, and I better not have any trouble out of you." And he goes, "I can't believe these two boys are yours." And I'm like, "They are, and I raised them by myself." And so, see, I turned out just fine. I mean, I was still like, I've always been, I don't know, like the lone wolf out to fight somebody's battle. I don't know. But 2 minutes behind, she's catching up. How far do you have to drive? 100,000 miles.
Gosh.
But
Yeah, I'm gonna have to
No,
get
you
off
know,
here pretty soon though.
Alexis, I can look out my window here and see. I have a view of downtown Oklahoma City, and you know where the Oklahoma City bombing was. I can see I have a view of the memorial, but
Aw.
I see all the downtown lights from right here. Uh, so, but I live in
I'm
this
gonna
little
have
bitty
to
quiet neighborhood.
hop off in a minute.
Uh,
My internet's being super glitchy.
See, mine was yesterday. I mean, the other night it was going off. My husband, during my live stream, it went off like 4 times. My husband had it on a timer every 15 minutes to go off. I was like, are
Oh
you
god.
kidding? Yes, he did. But the other night, I mean, a bunch of, I was trying to get off, and go, and different people kept coming in and getting up on panel and stuff. So me and Mel talked a little bit about the parody, in which she said, I didn't know who she was or I wouldn't have done that. And I'm like, it was cool. I don't understand why people feel so bad. It's just fun. That's what they say. I just don't understand it. I'm going to grab some chicken broth and crackers. Are you sick, Archimedes girl? That sounds like a meal for someone that's sick. Are you sick? So, is Holly and them live, and are they talking about, I mean, the Natasha and all that going on? That is I don't know, guys. I don't even know what to think about that. I just want to see, are you sick or that actually you're a choice of food? You're a choice of food. That's cute. Um, I'm telling you, with things that if you go around in that drama very long, you'll be sick at your stomach. Lala makes the best of it. She's just hopping along, right along, little doggy.
No,
If
she's
everybody
got a
was like
virus.
her, I mean, they would just let it roll off their backs and just forget about it. Oh, I'm sorry that you got a virus. Poor thing. I'm not feeling very good. I'm going to have some major work done pretty soon, and I'm not looking forward to that. But yeah, that's why I didn't come on cameras, because I felt so bad tonight. But I mean, I'm feeling better. That I don't know. I just don't understand. It just seems like everything's getting worse. The more that we fight it, it just seems like it's getting worse, and I don't know what to do anymore. I don't. I feel like us all, if we could all be in person somewhere and gather in one place and protest, you know what I mean? But I just think that it needs to be pointed out. This is something that I want y'all to listen to. It needs to be pointed out that where these channels was created from, why they are in existence. And it's not just because people do not like Natasha. She created these channels. These are not hate channels. These are they created them because she left so much carnage just laying around that she was killing our community. I mean, just killing it. She still is killing it. I mean, but she's pointing out that she doesn't understand why we all hate her. We're jealous of her. We just don't like her. There's no reason for us to do all of this. But we're not making it very clear that this hate come from her. She did it. She did all of this. She created every bit of it, and she's the one that strikes first. But she's got them convinced that we do, that we are hating on her and hurting her on purpose. First, that we're doing it first, and it kills me that her people believe that, and some of them are starting to ask questions about that little fundraiser thing she's got going there. There's a reason, and it makes me so upset. People don't see it. Yeah, they don't see it. And that's what I was going to talk to Dear Terms of Service. That and Lala too. I mean, you're a big part of getting things done. Um, she screams it loud enough. It's like she beats it into her head, her truth. So then when we come along with the proof and the truth, they're not listening and they're not even going to look it up. We've got to beat it in their heads as much as she did. You know, she's laid that plant and we've got to pull the weeds out. I mean, that, and it's more difficult to do what we're doing. It's like, did y'all see Holly that one night with one of her subscribers that was taken up for her on panel? Holly practically had to sit up there for 2 or 3 hours and deprogram this woman on one little bitty thing that this woman was seeing that was wrong. But she saw it the way it really was when it was over with. But she couldn't. I mean, I couldn't believe it took almost 3 hours for one little question, like an answer to a question. One question. So their heads full of information. How are y'all? I mean, just how is that possible to even accomplish? Of getting it, I just don't know. I know it has nothing to do with liking her or not. It has nothing to do with that. It is her behavior in the way that she has done people. She left every one of these people that are part of these hate, or what she calls hate channels and stuff. All of us, I say us because I'm a part of it. All of us, she's done something to us or someone we care about. And it has nothing to do with what she says it does. It is her. We want her held accountable for what she's doing to people, and we want her to stop. She don't get that. She's the one that has to put on the brakes. She does. She's not going to, because she wants to blame us for it. And it's just a cycle. You know, I think, dear terms of service, I think that y'all need to come up one day, all band together, and say, okay, we're going to call her bluff. Let's all stop today. We will stop. Everybody stop today. And see what her response is. Because people have been up on her panel and I've listened to her. She said when they suggest something like that, she backs up and goes, oh, but I'm in this for me and my kids. You know, just like they said, she was thinking, this person on panel said that she could take that money instead of doing that lawsuit and stop all of it, just everybody stop, and her take that money and donate it to something good. That's when she goes, oh, no, that's for me and my kids. I'm doing this for my kids. See, it's all about that money. And y'all can prove it. All you have to do is you got to trigger her and make her lose it. That's when she shows her true self, and that's when she loses some people. But yeah, y'all. Lala, what does she think? She's going to let somebody down. What does that mean? About what? It's fine. You're fine. You don't want to let anybody down. What? Us? You're fine. We love you. We are appreciative that you come over here and spent some time with us. I'm really impressed with Lala. I love the way that she turns things into funny things, and it's lighthearted, and she lets things roll right off her back, and that's the way that a lot of us should do. It's going to be perfect. What's wrong? Is she going to go live? Is that what it is? Are you going live, Lala? Where is Lala's thing anyway? I don't know if I can do it. Tara, are you still there? I think Tara went to bed, guys. Yeah, she went to bed. Is Lala going to go live? Is that what it is? Right. Yeah. And he would say to keep your mouth shut. And if anybody has any questions, refer them to me. And that means tell them who her identity is, the lawyer. The lawyer doesn't mind if they are her lawyer. If she's got one, they're not going to mind at all. That's where right there is where they should see that she's lying, because that's exactly what she would say. I have to refer you to my lawyer, and his name is blah blah blah. She's not, because there's not one. She's a freaking, and I'm telling y'all, I talked to PayPal myself, and they said that you don't have to donate to report that that it's a fraud. I reported it already. You can go in and report it, and they said the more people report it, they'll shut it down. They will shut it down. Not very many of us have reported it. We're just letting it slide. She'll get hung up one of these days, but I don't think it's going to be on this one. I mean, this is her 40th one? She's got this down pat. I mean, I saw a girl like her, and she didn't get scared until her scam was $250,000, and she pulled it off smooth as silk. But she got scared and shut it down after that. But yeah, I saw. I mean, I couldn't believe it was $250,000, but it was. And she didn't care who she hurt. She took people's money that they paid for cosmetology school, and she got by with it. Yep. And so, I mean, we either have to do it because they're not going to see that charity. That fundraiser, they would just let her slide right in. You know, if I am the one that started the live, yes, you are the one that started the live. So if you shut me out, I'm going out. Are you going live, Lala? Are you headed home? I mean, are you home yet? Yeah. I don't know. I've been racking my brain. I mean, I think that it's going to take us, I think the way that we make her be quiet is to make fun of her. When you make fun of her character and stuff, that's when it triggers her. If we all band together and did that parody and just every night make fun of everything that she does bad to people, bring it out, because that does trigger her. She does, and then she starts quietening down. And she needs to start treating her people better. But we are going to have to make her feel uncomfortable when she comes around us and stuff, and make her know that she's not welcome. And maybe she'll stay in her lane like Miss Mensa does. I mean, Miss Mensa comes out and sticks her head above every once in a while, but Miss Mensa's people don't come into our communities, and we don't go over there to hers. Well, I did, but she comes out every once in a while, but she still stays in her lane, and it's because people shut her out, and that's how that happened. They shut her out. Nobody likes her because of her character. So, it's okay. That's fine. I'm ready to go anyway. But, okay, Lala, are you going to go live? Why don't you go over there and go live for a minute? Is anybody else live, guys? Alexis, is anybody else live? I know, right? It is like a private live. Yeah, just go over there and we'll just sit over there and talk with you like this, and you'll get comfortable. And you can play with your camera and your voice thing, and then get you comfortable. And then next time when you go up there, you'll know what to expect, and you won't be so nervous about it. Because I used to get really bad. I mean, like, I would, because when I get anxious or anything, I fly off the handle. My temper is like way out there. But I get so nervous, and I just start snapping at everybody. And it was not a good thing. But because by the time I got on my live, the adrenaline had dumped in my system, and I was just like, you know, it just didn't go well. But yeah. Good night, babe. Okay. Archimedes girl, thank you. Alexis, thank you. I love you guys so much. And Lala, go to your channel and go live so that we can talk. I want to talk to your terms of service more about somebody's singing abilities. So, a challenge. We need to do this little challenge on Mr. You know, that one that sings so terrific on that panel? All right, guys. I love y'all. Until the next one, and I'll let y'all know. Yes, will you, Alexis? Can you sing? Can you sing? My dog can sing better than some people. I mean, we'll get up there and do a duet. You want to? I want to do karaoke one of these days. We did that on Maxie's channel, and it was fun. It was really fun. I loved it. But yeah, we need to do that. My husband went to fine arts college, so he knows that Dudette has not had any training.